Are you interested in winning these $700 Travis Scott Jumpman Jacks? All you gotta do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rejuvenator, and comment down below your favorite Travis Scott sneaker of all time. We'll be running this giveaway for the entire month of May. Good luck, everybody. Let's go. Imagine if your sneakers could stay looking brand new forever. Well, one company has made that a reality. Today, we're gonna be diving into the world of sneaker preservation with Darin from CapSole. How about you introduce yourself and explain to us how you came up with the name CapSole?
My name is Darin Lee, and I'm the founder of CapSole. So, came up with the name CapSole is basically a play on the word sole of your shoes and then like a time capsule. So if you think about preserving your shoes, you think of like putting your shoes in a time capsule. So it was a perfect blend of two words of sole and capsule. So that's how we came up with the name CapSole.
I love it. It's easy and catchy.
Yeah, people remember it, I think, sometimes when you hear it and you see it.
What can you tell me about the moment when it hit you? This product didn't exist and it was something we needed.
So I have to tell you about that moment. I have to take it back to my childhood. I had these beautiful Puerto Rican Air Force Ones. They had this red soft leather, these white midsoles, and it was just a beautiful shoe, one of my favorite shoes of all time. And I go into my closet one day and it's completely yellowed. Like, Air Force Ones are famous for that.
Common issue.
You really didn't have all the cleaning availability now. You didn't have Rejuvenator. We didn't have...
There's no tutorials. There's nothing.
There was nothing out there like that. It was really just like the Payless whiteout and like some Foot Locker shoe cleaner, and neither one of those worked. Flash forward to 2019, I'm looking at some of my shoes and I'm literally seeing some of them starting to yellow, seeing little forms of cracks in them, and I know that all shoes are gonna fall apart eventually, but there had to be something out there to help them last longer. And the more I looked, the more I didn't find anything. Because people were using like Ziploc bags, shrink wrap, vacuum seal bags, but nothing that had been backed by science, nothing that had been tested. And so I wanted to find something personally for myself. And then I was like, well, if I need it, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other sneakerheads out there that would want this product, right? So I started doing a bunch of research. I couldn't find anything that was available on the market. So I thought there was something here.
That's amazing. I got CapSole, man. I have a few OGs, like 85s and stuff. I definitely use it for the older stuff because I'm trying to preserve those as long as possible. They're already 40 years old, So if I can make them last another 40 years, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about capsules. When you're not wearing it, you can preserve them. And it's really, people like me and you, it's if you have 70 pairs of shoes, you're not wearing them that much.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's enough wears to prevent them from falling apart in X amount of years. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, it really is. And each shoe is different. Each shoe is made for different materials, different factories. So there's a lot of factors that go into this.
100%.
But the biggest factor that some people are aware of is the oxidation, the hydrolysis, which is just basically fancy words of saying that your shoes are being exposed to the oxygen and moisture in the air.
Yep.
And so what our product does is it seals the shoes so that the oxygen and moisture is not coming inside. And then two, we replace the air inside because there's still the bad air, as we call it. Exactly. It's still inside the pod. And so what our preservative does, it replaces that air inside.
And I know a thing or two about sneakers. Of course, hydrolysis happens when the shoes don't get worn for X amount of time. The material doesn't dry out. It actually gets moisture on the inside to the point where it just starts to fall apart. So CapSole prevents all that.
It helps prevent it, yes. So obviously there's still some of it's gonna happen over time. It's not gonna be if you put it in here forever, I'm not gonna say your shoes are gonna last forever, but they're gonna extend the life. They're still gonna extend the life of your shoe based on our testing, right?
And that's key.
And that's the key here, because I do wanna be forthcoming with people and be honest and say hey, your shoes aren't gonna last forever, but you're gonna get a lot more wear out of them by wearing the shoes and then preserving them with CapSole.
At the end of the day, these shoes are expensive. When you have X amount of pairs, such as us, over 50 pairs, it's kind of hard to rotate them all. I have a bunch of shoes that I wear all the time. I have a pile of shoes that are brand new with Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, all polyurethane midsoles. It's been brand new for over a year. It's pretty cool now knowing that there's a product that can help prevent all that stuff from happening.
It is, and the fascinating thing about this is the science behind this product isn't new. So it's similar to what we call nitrogen purging. So what we use is inert substance. What our preservative does, it keeps the shoe neutral. So oxygen, if you think about it, it causes oxidation, causes bacteria growth, causes mold growth, right? You don't want those things happening to your shoes. So what our preservative does, it actually keeps it neutral. People use this technology, it's been used for years. One product is food products, they use it all the time. So a bag of chips, most people think it's air inside, but it's nitrogen.
Interesting.
If you think about why your chips stay fresh for so long when you don't open them.
Is that why they're charging you $3? It's not because of the oxygen, it's because of the extra stuff inside?
Yeah, exactly. So it's similar to what we use, is a similar substance. It's really not brand new technology, but we're just introducing it to the sneaker world.
That's honestly brilliant, man. So you broke down what sparked the overall idea, but what was the biggest challenge on getting the first prototype running?
I would say the biggest challenge was really finding supplier and finding someone who had the scientific background to actually build the product or design the product. So I didn't want it to be like, hey, oh, this guy was in his basement and he's been having shoes for like 30 years and he came up with this product. I wanted it to be like someone with credentials. He's a scientist, he specializes in X, Y, and Z. So what I did is I found this guy named Mansoor, and he has a PhD in polymers, synthetic rubbers, or like nanocomposites, which is like basically what your sneakers are made out of, right? And so he came up with a design, came with the purging system using our preservative, as we call it. And then my part took over from there, was trying to find someone to actually build it and source it. And so I'm reaching out to people on Alibaba, man, like on the internet, like all times of night, because they're like 12 hours ahead. So I'm up late trying to figure out like, hey, I'm sending you some design specs. Can you like not share it? Do I need an NDA? Like all these things I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out on the fly. And so I finally found a guy in China. It's just like probably after 4 or 5 prototypes, he sends me one and it works. They weren't the prettiest, but it was functional. And then from there, we just made constant improvements and got people's feedbacks and tried to make it more functional, more user-friendly, and just easier for people to like actually want to display it and show it off to people as well.
From the moment you hit up the first person to when you finally got the first prototype, how long did that take?
Over 2 years, I want to say.
2 years.
So, and part of that was because my daughter was born during that time, so I took a short hiatus. But another issue I had is there was a problem with the original design, like of how we had the zipper. We had the zipper like kind of in this U shape instead of like a zipper going down. And so I had to work with another guy to help me improve the design. And so once we did that, pretty much smooth sailing. Like we were able to get the right prototype in, and it was really more functional.
At the end of the day, it's just you for the most part.
Right.
But I'm sure you had to contact this person, that person. How many different phone calls was that?
Yeah, so I think the easiest way to kind of like really explain like the calls I had to make is to kind of walk you through the design of this. So like I had to find someone to design it. So probably 20 to 30 calls.
Damn.
I hired people to source it for me in like Mexico, United States. I reached out to people everywhere just to figure out who could design this for me. And like everybody in America was really expensive and they wouldn't do it unless I was like $100,000 minimum quantity. And Mexico, they didn't have the skill set. Like they didn't have what's called TPU welding. So all around this, it's like one seal, right? Like I was trying to tell you. And so if you just grab it and you try to unzip it, you'll see it like our zipper is like airtight. It's not like a regular zipper. People will genuinely like, they'll email me and be like, hey, is the zipper broken? I'm having a hard time opening it. I'm like, zipper's not broken. It's really like a type of zipper you have like a wetsuit. Like it's designed to be airtight or watertight.
Right. Would you say there's a technique to getting it open without struggling as much?
I would say like, you know, the top part is like for the handle, right? So that little part where you got it right there, that's like the handle, give you some leverage. And then it's really like, it's not like a violent pull, but it's just like a slow kind of like heavy pull. There you go.
You're right, man. It's not that hard.
So
I won't call you anymore. We touched on a few different things such as hydrolysis, sneakers yellowing. It's gonna happen to all shoes no matter what at some point. How did you test this product to actually know for sure that CapSole is gonna prevent those things from happening?
One of the biggest things that we wanted to do is make sure that when people preserve their sneakers when using our product, that there was some science behind it and also testing. So we sent it to an independent lab and they have these like machines, I call them like these accelerated age testing machines. And basically they use them for all types of things, but one of the things they use them for is like power lines to see how long they'll last in like Alaska versus like somewhere hot like here, like Phoenix. So you can control the weather in these machines and expose them to UV sunlight, moisture, oxygen, you know, all the things that cause your shoes to yellow, age, crumble, fall apart. And so what we did is we cycled through different weather conditions to expose your sneakers to like an excessive amount of oxygen, moisture, sunlight, more so than you would get if I just like left them outside for a year or something, right? We did 400 hours of actual testing in these machines. Every 100 hours, we would take them out and we would look at the shoes. So I actually have the pair that we tested. I mean, you could kind of see, the difference between the two. You know, this one was outside of CapSole, this one was protected by CapSole. And so you could see the color change over time, over 400 hours. And every 100 hours, we would take out and look at the color change just to kind of see how well the product was working.
I mean, I've used it myself, man, it does work. So again, being a user of this product, I know how this works. The first time it might've been a little bit tricky, but I got it down. you want to break down how to use this product?
Yeah, I could definitely show you. I just need a little bit more space than this right here.
I got plenty of space, let's go.
So this is the starter kit, and the starter kit is gonna come with your instruction card. You scan it here and you'll get instructions downloaded to your phone. Then you're gonna get a small dust bag, and this contains our preservative, which comes with 1 cartridge. Then you're also going to get 1 inflator. And then the large dust bag comes with our pod. There's 3 sizes to the pod, small, medium, large. Each of them is designed to fit right in the shoebox. We have a medium today, which fits up to a size 10. And so on one side it's clear, so you can still see your shoes. On the other side, it has this fabric, which helps block from UV sunlight. So after you open everything up, you wanna connect the inflator to the cartridge. You wanna screw this on, and you wanna keep screwing until you hear the seal break. It'll sound like a hissing sound. Keep screwing until you no longer hear it. So it's a stop, and that's how you know the seal is tight and there's no leak or anything coming through. After that, you're going to unzip the bag and place your shoes inside. So I recommend people put toe of the shoe pointed towards each of the valves. Using our Kobe Grinches today. These are size 11, but we're still gonna fit them inside this bag. So we're gonna seal it tight, and this way you know that it is completely sealed shut. Then next you want to unscrew the inlet valve. This is where you inject the preservative into the bag. Open the outlet valve, just a slight full turn should be fine. It's gonna give it enough so that the oxygen moisture inside comes out. You don't have to loosen it up 3 or 4 turns, just 1 to 1.5 turns should be enough. And we're going to connect the inflator to the inlet valve, and you just want to screw it on with your fingers like this. Make sure it's on there tight. And then you wanna just let this lever just pull a little bit. You don't have to keep turning the lever, you could just pull it. You hear and see the bag inflate. And then you compress your hand a little bit down on it to hear the oxygen moisture escape. And then you want to close the outlet valve. Then you want to unscrew the inflator. And after that, you can put the cap back in. And then you simply store your shoes. They're ready to be stored. And you can put them back in the box or drop front or wherever you prefer. And we are done.
Darin, this has been extremely helpful. I learned a lot just from sitting here talking about CapSole. Thank you so much for sharing the backstory of CapSole. How can the viewers find you?
Yeah, man, I just want to thank you for having me first, but the viewers, you can find me at CapsuleStore.com. Also, our handles are Capsule Store for Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as well. So go check us out, and yeah, you'll see us around.
By the way, man, I'm sure the guys told you not to wear the same pair of shoes as I did.
Well, we did not plan to, but you had the 85s on.
95s.
Oh, 95s.
Don't do that again.
Okay.
Just kidding. Thank you, Darin, so much, man, for hanging out with me and teaching us about CapSole. If you stuck around this long, we're giving away 3 starter CapSole kits to 3 lucky winners. Drop a comment down below on what sneaker from your collection you will use CapSole with. If we pick your comment, we'll send you a kit free of charge. Lower 48 only. Make sure you subscribe to Resjuvenator. We appreciate all the support over the years. We'll catch you guys next Monday. See you guys.